Welcome to Starter Pack. Today I'm going to talk about an amazing engineering feat and tell you a story about something amazing that engineering has made possible that just really hit me the other day while I was on vacation with my family. So let's jump in and go ahead and get started. All right, so I want to tell you a story about something that hit me the other day while we were vacationing together as a family. So, one of the things we decided this year is rather than give our kids Christmas presents, we decided that we were going to save up the money and instead go on a cruise and take my family on an amazing cruise instead of spending money on Christmas presents, instead spend it on an opportunity to travel with the family. So we booked a 7 night cruise that went over Christmas. It was a little weird to have Christmas on a boat in the middle of the Caribbean Ocean. And so you can see my beautiful wife, Carson, here in the middle with the red shorts. My oldest son, McKay. My second oldest daughter, Abby, was unfortunately not able to come with us. Then Gracie, and then Matthew, and then my youngest son there, Nate, in the middle. And then, of course, me in the back. So we have this awesome trip. We're having a great time. You can see, lots of fun, beautiful sunsets, the opportunity to get to spend some time together, shopping in the markets in Mexico. Just had a lot of fun. But the big thing that really hit me was on the way home. On the way home, my son Matthew and my son Nate had worked together and rigged up a pretty impressive system. Now, at the beginning, you may just kind of think this is a kid goofing around in the back seat. So this is in the back seat of our Sorrento. We live in Phoenix, and the cruise launched from Galveston, Texas. So it's about a 17-hour drive. So it's a long ways. So they came up with a way that they could keep themselves busy. Now you might just see a kid looking at a screen, but I want to show you this picture in the light here. So what you don't see is that this is a small USB monitor. It's not super small. It's about 12 or 13 inches. It's made to be my second monitor for when I travel and want to work with a second monitor on my laptop. So it's powered with just a small HDMI and powered with a USB and input with a small HDMI. And then tucked back here and behind him is the Xbox. You can see him holding the Xbox control. And then tethered to the Xbox is a headset. And so they had successfully set up the Xbox in the back of the Sorrento. Now, that wasn't enough of amazing engineering. But what really struck me as I listened to him giggle in the back seat was that what he was doing here, as you see him laughing with his headset on, was that he was playing online games with his friends. So he'd grab my hotspot out of my backpack, which I use for work, and had connected the Xbox to the hotspot and was gaming with his friends for the majority of the time online while traveling from Galveston, Texas to Phoenix, Arizona. Now, this is pretty an amazing engineering feat. And I want to kind of talk for just a minute about all the different engineering feats that have gone into this. When I was Matthew's age, I remember going on long car trips, and I remember my form of entertainment was look out the window or maybe read a book. If I was really lucky, I might have something to color. My 15-year-old today is enjoying the many things that are brought to him by engineers. So let's go through a few of these things here. One, the engineering around this monitor is pretty impressive. It's a 1080p monitor, so he can fully run with full HD off of his Xbox. The Xbox is compact and small enough that it easily fit like in the cup holder over here, and so it was sitting beside him, and so that just ran off of an inverter that was plugged into the car. But then, not only that is then he's connected with a mobile hotspot. So think of all of the technologies that have to advance for this Xbox to connect to my mobile hotspot and then hop through towers successfully enough for him to be able to online game for hours and hours on a time. There was only a handful of times in the whole trip that that one of the two were disconnected from their friends in the online gaming. But then on top of that, a ton of software engineering had to go into play here, right? We have all the software engineering for a wireless controller to connect to an Xbox. We have the ability for him to do VoIP, voice over IP, while he's talking and communicating with all of his friends, and to be able to do this in a lossless enough way that I'm sure there was little blips here and there, but they never even noticed. And then on top of it, the fact of this entire online gaming community was made reliable enough that a connection running from the backseat of the car over 17 hours from Austin or from Galveston, Texas to Phoenix, Arizona. I was just blown away as I heard my kids giggling in the back, playing with their friends online to make somewhat productive of this 17-hour drive. And so it just really hit me how amazing our life is made by engineers. So one of the things that I really want to make sure that you take the opportunity is here in the Startup Hack.net Developer Bootcamp. In 3 months, you can bring yourself to become an engineer and make yourself a great career of over $100,000 per year. And not only does that buy you the opportunities to have great, vacations like something like these and flexibility. I did work while I was on the boat. In fact, if you like and subscribe to the channel, you'll see some of the videos that I made while I was on the boat. That's a whole other set of engineering feats. But you can also join our .NET Developer Bootcamp, and in 3 short months, you can learn HTML, CSS, JavaScript, jQuery and Bootcamp, Microsoft SQL, .NET Core 6, C Sharp 7.3, ASP.NET, REST APIs, Angular, Git, and Microsoft Azure. We're also adding many new things. I just added a whole section of Linux to the course. There's a lot of other add-ons that we're adding on every day, so I'm continuing to add to this course. You'll also learn the most important tools to be able to develop with. So this is just some of the few things, and you can become a developer and help change the world a little bit to make a 15-year-old's car ride from Galveston, Texas to Phoenix, Arizona a lot more enjoyable. But obviously, there's a lot more to it than that. It just really struck me this amazing image here of this 15-year-old gaming across the country in the backseat of the Sorrento. So make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. I bring a lot of other interesting things and helpful tidbits, especially for developers. But make sure that you reach out to us and get started on your path to become a .NET developer so that you can improve your life and your career. And we'll catch you guys next time.